Okay, so I am here today with Tiare, and Tiare is with Aloha Dreamboard. And she and I met back in 2017, I think it was, the end of 2017. And I was speaking for Yelp, the Yelp KITV segment about organizing, and she was speaking about her business, Aloha Dreamboard. And she was so gracious to take pictures for me while we were on the set, and it was just a really wonderful chance encounter. And so, Tiare, I just wanted to kind of connect with you and just talk a little bit of story about your business and about your life, and kind of how things have been going for you in the last few years since we met, and particularly in the last few months. And so, can you just tell me a little bit about the work that you do with Aloha Dreamboard?
Yeah, and by the way, thank you so much, Nancy, for having me and thinking of me and reconnecting.
Absolutely.
Your energy is you have such a beautiful, joyful energy, and it was very easy to remember my experience of you and with you when we were at Yelp, because I only met you that one time.
Yeah.
And since then we've had a few email interactions, but we haven't like gotten to do a coffee date yet. So this is kind of like our coffee date, right? Due to COVID, right? So the work that I do, so I'm the founder of Aloha Dreamboard. It's a personal development and business development company. I am a life coach and business coach, and I specialize in dream boarding. So just like you, I love organizing, and I love helping people organize their thoughts, organize their dreams, and prioritize them, and get deeper to the why behind what they want by starting off with the why, starting off with like how they truly want to feel, and then figuring out what they want that's going to help them to like elicit that state or like feel that throughout life, rather than chasing happiness, starting off with being happy. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And what got you into it in the first place? Like, how did you, of course, there's coaching and all of that, but this is a pretty specific, unique vantage point. And so how did that come about for you?
So I actually started because I was completely stuck. I was at a place where I was going through a divorce and a huge career change and life change. I had no idea what I was going to do next. So the dream life that I thought I was living and that I created completely shut down, and this whole new world was open for me, and I had no idea like where to start. And then one of my girlfriends invited me to do a dream board, and the three of us girls, we did it, and 8 hours later, everybody's sleeping, and I'm still working on my dream board, and I felt liberated, I felt empowered, I felt clear, I felt excited, motivated on like what my next chapter of my life was going to be like. And although I didn't have crystal clear specifics in, I did have this feeling come up, because there was this vision of, okay, this is the essence of the new life that I want to create. And then from there, I started to share it with my girlfriends, because it helped me so much. And have you ever experienced something where something works for you, totally changes your life, and you want to share it with every single person on the planet? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's basically how I felt. And so I did. But at that point, like, I was really shy and I was scared of public speaking. I had a huge fear around it. And so I chose to share it with the people that I felt safe with, that came to me because they felt stuck, or they felt like they didn't know what to do next. And then so I started sharing with them. These are like my closest girlfriends, and they were going through the same thing, either big relationship change, or not feeling happy, or feeling stuck, or it was career, or both. And then so after sharing with them, and it was working for them, and I could see like the same thing happening, where it was like this heaviness is where they started. because they were unclear. I felt stuck. And then all of a sudden throughout the session that I did with them, they started to lighten up, and then they left feeling empowered, clear, excited, motivated, and it's changed their lives, and it still does continue to this day. And so after a while of that, one of my friends asked me, why don't you do a workshop? And I was like, what's a workshop? I don't know what that is. And it kind of like, I think it planted the seed, and that seed grew really fast because, you know, within months I made up a workshop around it, and then started to share it with people that I either knew or asked them to invite other people. And I posted up on social media and just took donations to see where it would lead me, how I could help people. And I didn't look at it as a business at all. It was just like, I didn't even take donations. I paid for the materials so that they could create their dream board to get clear on their dreams. And that's how passionate I was about it. And then it led into business. It led into life coaching. I wound up getting my life coaching certification, started implementing my other skill sets that I would learn along the way, like mindfulness and meditation, visualization, feng shui. And I love organizing just like you, right? So, you know, all of those things that I love doing, I implemented to really like supercharge my dream board as well as other people's. And that's why my dream boarding process that I developed is so effective. So long story.
No, it's wonderful. And I love, you know, we met in the organizing realm. And as you know, I also am a realtor. And so I help people buy and sell houses. And I think in both of those capacities, whether someone's looking to get organized in their space or even just mentally, or whether they're getting ready to buy a home or even sell a home, there's such an opportunity to take a little time and put a little intention to the process, which can be hard to do, especially like, let's say you're in a, you know, disorganized space. It's very, very hard to be able to imagine anything different than what you see around you. But if you can take that moment to close your eyes and you know, kind of develop that vision, or maybe even it's, in your case, if it was doing a dream board sort of experience, getting out of that space so that you can think a little bit more clearly, and then bringing that vision back into the space and starting your organizing project. Or in the same token, you know, thinking about, what does my home look like? What does it feel like? What kind of features are there? You know, what do I see when I look out my window? Is it green space? Is it city life? So have you worked with people in that kind of capacity in terms of buying a home or organizing a space, things like that? And tell me, you know, any perhaps a particular story related to that, if you can think of one.
You know, there's actually one client in particular that I'm thinking about right now, and we have yet to catch up because they're ready for their next dream board. They had just bought a house. And at first I was doing one-on-one coaching with the husband, and you know, we had done a dream board and we did coaching. And then as he got more and more clear of what he wanted, he started to attract all of these things, including more travel with his wife. And they've been traveling all over the world. And including like a new job position at a new job, you know, like all of these amazing things was happening for him. And then his wife started to see me. And so I believe the last session that we did, we had, I think it was the last session we did, we had clarified what she wanted in prosperity for her dream home. And so just recently, within the past few months, they had closed on their homes and they just moved in to their new home. So I don't have the details on that story yet, but that's one of the newer stories that had come up. Which is so exciting.
Yeah, and it can be such a time of, I just had a closing with some clients, and it was during COVID-19. And so there was just, you know, there's always ups and downs in transactions, but especially with the uncertainty of COVID-19. And you know, if you can hold to that vision, especially during the rockiness, I think it can be really helpful, like knowing at the end, you are going to be settled in this space. It's going to be your sanctuary. It's going to be a place for entertaining and also a place for just being by yourself with your family. And if you can hold on to that during the kind of tumultuous times of transactions, it can be helpful. So
yeah, that's actually a good point, because that's what the dream board does. It does allow you to hold on to that vision and not get sidetracked with getting so focused on the how and allowing fear to lead you to forget about your dreams or change your dreams because you're changing it because you're scared that it's not going to happen.
Right.
And that is huge, and why dream boards can be so effective, and even goal setting is, you know, and having accountability partners or a life coach or business coaches. You have this vision, and when you're clear on that vision and that the why behind it, you know, all of the different circumstances that come along the way to kind of push you off that path to your dream, really, like, as much as it might shake you, being focused on that vision and having it as that reminder every day at home or in your office can really help support you so that you can get back on track quicker, not erase your goals, and achieve your goals, or make your dreams come true.
Right. You know, you reminded me of something, and I think it can be a tendency, especially if you're like a go-getter type personality, you know, you want all the, I'm speaking about myself, you want all the details, you know, you have the plan, you have the vision, but like what you said, you know, you don't need to necessarily have the how or all the details. I mean, that's really not how it works. We think that we can make, or I think that I can make it that way because that's kind of my habit, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's the best way. Our pastor was talking this weekend about this parable of the sower, and he said, you know, you'll notice in the text that the sower plants the seed and then he goes to sleep. And then he wakes up the next morning, and then, you know, the plant grows. He didn't have anything to do with the plant grows. All he did was chuck out the seed and he went to sleep. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to go to sleep, you know, like just kind of I mean, you do that initial step and then you kind of just let things happen, you know, and that for sort of micromanagement types and, you know, just very kind of high energy types, that can be really, really difficult, but I think it's really powerful.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's funny you say that. That's a very powerful analogy, and in fact, I'd like to adopt that, because I mean, it's everything we do in a nutshell with dreamboarding. And one of my gift cards that I have, or gift certificates that I have, the graphics, it says, "Plant the seed to grow your dreams."
Oh gosh, yeah. I'll send you exactly that little section, because it's just like, I printed it up in this pretty little thing and put it on my bathroom mirror, because I'm like, yeah, I just need to plant the seed. You know, the rest is going to take care of itself. So
yeah.
How's he doing, Mr. Lewis?
Slowly waking up.
Well, this is actually a good segue into, I just wanted to know, I mean, I didn't even know you were expecting it when we connected again via email. Then you're like, I just had a baby. And, you know, what was it like having a baby and during COVID-19, and what has that, you know, wow. I mean, I don't even know the questions to ask, but I'm sure that you have some insights to share.
Yeah, you know, my heart goes out to all the families who have really suffered through these times. And there's also a lot of good that has come out of it. And for me, fortunately, because I was planning on working from home and staying home anyways, it's been so nice to have my husband home. So with his job, they had, what's up, baby? Okay. Yeah. So he manages. He's one of the managers at Tiki's Grill and Bar in Waikiki, and so they had closed down, and then they started back up, but we're having everyone work from home. And then now, just this week, they started to go back into the restaurant, but very minimal hours. And then he mainly works from home. So that has been amazing because now I have extra set of hands to help support me with baby.
Sure.
And he gets to like watch him grow and be a part of like his development in like just all day, really, you know. And that is something that wasn't going to happen if he would have had to stay at work. Yeah. So that has actually been a huge
Silver lining
to all of this.
for sure. That's awesome.
I
Very
have
intimate moments and very kind of unplanned, but just flowing, you know, just happening.
Yeah. And, you know, it is helpful that, you know, there's unemployment support from the government and, you know, the owners of the company, like they have been so supportive and proactive. And so my in-laws, you know, we live in the back house of their property, and it's nice because, you know, we're all together as a family, and then I have so much support now with my son. And then on top of that, I was planning on not really having people around my son, you know, in the first few months because, you know, I want to make sure his immune system gets stronger, and then we have our bonding time. And so having that has been amazing.
Wow. What a great.
And I get an executive chef, my husband.
Wonderful. So as we kind of wrap up here, I just want to know, because I know you're someone who's going to know this, what's the good news ahead? What's the good news for the rest of 2020 and for the year and for next year? You know, I like to try to, when possible, stay in the awe and stay focusing on the good news. So what's the good news that you see?
The wonderful news, the good news that I'm seeing, and I'm seeing already, are families being so much more present with each other and closer and looking for creative ways to spend time together, to play together, to see a lot more people really care about their health and see that as number one priority of this entire world. I mean, like, well, not the entire world, most countries, most states, most cities have shut down, you know, businesses. And through that, the people that are not working, right, or choosing not to work, they may not be of service to others to be compensated for money in how they're used to, but now they're being of service to their family.
Yeah.
Or I see other people being so creative at how they can serve others in the community who are in need, who are suffering.
Yeah.
There's so much greatness that has come out of this. And in the future, what I see is like people just with a whole new set of sunglasses and perspective on what truly matters to them and what they value. So I see a lot of joy coming out of this.
Yeah, I agree. And for your business in particular, I think there's just an incredible opportunity because people may have, you know, kind of shook the cobwebs off through this last couple months and kind of realized, you know, I thought that was important, it's not. Or I didn't think this was important, but you know what, it's really important. I will say about walking, about exercise, I see so many people walking in my neighborhood, like whole families walking. I'm like, Hawaii, we are going to have a wellness revolution. Like it's a thing because I cannot believe how many people I see. And it's like, it's become habitual for these people. You know, you see the same people all the time, you know? So it's like, but a much higher concentration than I've seen in the past. So that's really exciting too. You know, we're taking care of our health and spending time together. So
Exactly.
awesome. Well, if people want to get a hold of you, or if they want to, you know, have a consultation or do a workshop down the road, or you know, just reach out to you with questions, what's the best way for them to do that?
So the best way is to check out my website, alohadreamboard.com.
Okay, and I'll include that.
Yep, and you can schedule a complimentary consultation with me for a half an hour.
Oh,
and
awesome.
we can talk about, you know, a plan of action to set you up and see, you know, how we can work together. I have an online program, so you can take my online dream board course 24/7 any time of the day, as long as you have Wi-Fi and a device to watch it. And then I also do one-on-one coaching through Zoom is fine, or FaceTime, or we can talk on the phone. Whether it's my main thing is business coaching, so it includes life coaching. Your business is just part of your life. And then through the coaching, the main tool that I use is the dream board itself. And so if you want to do like a session with your family or your team for work before you guys start up again, you know, if you feel like a reset with your spouse, you know, this is a great opportunity and time to do it. And we can do it over the computer.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. And before we say goodbye, and I know we can't really go to too many restaurants right now, but favorite Oahu eatery?
So definitely check out my husband's, the place that my husband works at. It's Tiki's Grill and Bar. It's open air, sunset view of the beach. And the burgers are my favorite during lunch. And
they have a lot of night, if I remember right, they have a lot of nighttime specials during, right?
They do. Right. And it's right in the like tip of Waikiki, like right next to the zoo. So it's, you don't have to deal with all the traffic. But yeah, so when they open back up, and then the other spot that I love to go to, and they're open right now, that I order takeout for now, is Juicy Brew. They're all vegan though.
Oh, okay. And that's in Kabuki on Wailea Avenue, or?
Yeah, on Wailea Avenue. Yeah.
Okay.
They are my favorite. I love their vegan lasagna and their loco moco. So good. And their lavender lemonade.
Ooh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah,
okay.
So that
I'll
you
have
can
to
get
check
now.
I have been driving by there, but I've never stopped in. So good to know. Thanks for the tip.
Yeah, you can call them and then they'll bring it out to you. You just pay over the phone.
Oh, how nice. Okay. Awesome. Well, it was a dream talking to you, and thank you for just the opportunity to connect and to learn a little bit more about, you know, your business and what's been going on with you lately, and congratulations on baby Lewis, and you know, the wonderful bonding and family time that you've been able to have these last couple months with him.
Thank you, Nancy. It's been a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to like our physical coffee date.
Me too. All right. Take care. Thank you so much, Daddy.
Thank you, Nancy.
Okay. Bye.